practicing their wax on, wane off. But they've forgotten the wane off part. As soon as you step into the chamber, your vision seems to darken and your knees buckle. You struggle to keep your balance. The air here is laden with the power coming from the stone. Suddenly, your head is filled with voices, screaming, whispering, cackling, threatening voices, pleading for help, shrieking curses and taunts. You blink, and the illusion passes.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it, your precious wardstone. What are you planning to do now, I could kill you where you stand, but wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
Sounds terrifying. Except that's how we've been living for generations.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious wardstone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Discari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole barrier around the world wound, the gift of your useless goddess, will be a weapon of the abyss. Just a little more and boom. Every city with one of these eyesores stuck in the middle of it, from Canabras to Nerusian, will turn into smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves. So you have a choice. Especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof. Pledge your loyalty to Baphomet. And when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
Well, we saw what happened to the other guy that switched sides, turned into a pile of meat chunks. So doesn't seem worth it. What are you doing to the stone? Well, it seems pretty obvious. You said she's turning it to use against us, so we might as well see what the dialogue options offer.
You mortals have awfully short memories, even shorter than your little lives. Staunton, sweetums, don't you want to introduce me to your friends properly? No? Well, I'd better do it myself. I am Minago, Lily-2 and faithful servant of Baphomet, and leader of his armies. The city is mine now. I'm just starting to settle in, get things just how I like them. But once I'm finished, I promise you, the results will be simply to die for.
And it was such a charming little place until you sullied it with your presence. It had such lovely boulevards, quiet and shaded. You took those away from me, and I shan't forgive you for that.
I shan't.
They've done much worse things than spoil the promenades. All the people they've killed.
Yes, of course, you're right. I grieve for the common folk as well.
Yeah, of course you do.
Well, quite what am I doing to it? Probably the same thing I did to many of your comrades. Sweetly and tenderly persuading it to abandon the mortals and join our side.
Prepare to fight to the death, demon! We won't let that happen.
So if we're evil, we can succumb to the rage. If we stay good, we can give a little speech. Might as well. I got a lightsaber. What you got? Echoing the holy flame erupting from your hand, the light also gets brighter and brighter until it floods the chamber. You hear the voices again, stronger now. They repeat your words like a choir of angels.
Hey, no eyes! Didn't you tell us that heaven had turned its back on us and no one would come to our aid? I'm done with this shit! I only followed this hoofed menace because I thought the Crusaders had it, and there was no other way to protect my family. But now I see that there is hope. I won't bow before these heinous idols ever again. If they kill me, at least I'll die a decent death.
Yeah, join us, man.
Yes! Return to our side, friends! Have courage! We will welcome you back, and heaven never abandoned you, no matter what this deceiver told you.
You know, I can't but help but imagine Sela as like Shirley from Community, which is awesome.
Turncoat, I'll cut out your heart.
We'll see how tough you really are. We let you frighten us once, but it won't happen again.
They will break against
All right,
our
let's
resolve.
jump into the fight. So we got 2 of them to join our side. They're probably gonna get killed by the other cultists, but we are going to focus our efforts on Nago herself.
Take you!
And she hits her big old. Oh, there's party encumbrance.
That's it. I'm tired of playing around now. You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the Wardstone? Here's a little demonstration.
I don't know what the heck happened there. We got hit by chain lightning. The demon whispers a spell, and a wave of darkness sweeps through the chamber. Your companions wince in pain, but it's nothing compared to what you feel. Thousands of voices again burst into your mind, drowning you in their moans, screams, and sobs. Pain rocks through your skull. Your evil spells won't stop a righteous army.
Iomade is with us!
Yes, yes. Keep telling yourself that.
The roar of voices blends into an unbarreled wall of screaming. Your vision goes dark.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long, I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
Did we win?
Sadly, no. We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
Alright, so we can continue our conversation from earlier.
Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now, at least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
But I am a hero. I'm a great general under the heavens. Respect me. What's the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
And what do you plan to do
You
next?
heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with the Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomade's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss.
Alright. Go ahead and tell me about the
The
Wardstone then.
Wardstones are a gift of Iomade. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the Celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras Obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the abyss.
And can I help you
First
clear
of all,
away?
we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the ward stone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone.
So Storyteller is actually in Kingmaker.
Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use. And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabris, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Jana Aldori. A new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Jana had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Jana. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
There was someone Aldori in Kingmaker, but I don't know if that's who that is. Jana Aldori.
May the goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Canabris still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Anevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
All right. Okay, so here's a personal chest for us. So I guess we'll be coming and going from here. I don't know if there's anything that I want to stash away quite yet. We need to get a lot of this stuff identified.
I can handle it.
But we did see, like, in combat, the effects of being overly burdened. Like, we were pretty slowed down there. Hey, wait. Mind if I bend your ear about something? So here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a crucial mission. I get that. And I know you'll get the job done. I saw you in action. But here's the rub. By sending you out on an errand, we're weakening our defenses here. If they come at us while you're gone, I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. Yeah, everything seems clear so far. What else do you wish to discuss? You want me to stay here and guard the tavern? When do you think the demons will attack next? Thank you for the warning. See you later. When do you think they'll attack? Your guess is as good as mine. It might not be here. They could attack the whole damn city. Those vermin know they've lost. They've lost the upper hand, and that we're going to push back hard. If things kick off here, you should know. After they attack, some things could be changed beyond recognition. So if you've got any business you need taken care of, you'd better do it soon. Alright. I think I get the gist of what she's saying, but just for the sake of seeing everything. So the rift that damned beetle left was its scythe? Yeah, well, wait. So the rift that damn beetle left with its scythe, yeah, well, it cut the city in two, and it's kind of difficult to get across. My scouts tell me there's a halfway decent place to set up a crossing and market square. Not that any of them tried it to make sure. But if you've got a mind to go across, and I think you're going to have to eventually, you might want to give the square a once over. Okay? You don't want me to sit here and guard the tavern. You what? No, your task is too important. You can't hole up here all cozy like waiting for the demons to knock on the door. We need you to take the fight to them. But if those freaks try to make a move on this place, Beth will send a runner to get you. If that happens, you leg it back here, alright? Because if you don't, we'll be coming back into an ash pile. Got it? Alright. So I am the only one capable of fighting. No one else can do it. Horgus promised us some money. 1,000 gold coins for you, just as promised. He helped me get back to the surface, and I duly paid you for escorting me. Horgus Worm always keeps his word. Now, speaking of our future cooperation, I have a job that will be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. What's up? You shall be my bodyguard. You see, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Canapris. I still have, well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. The mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden in the wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside, one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect that the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Abdar knows what's happened there since. Is that a god? God of cities, law, merchants, and wealth. Alright. Therefore, I would ask that you meet me at my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they've no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors. That's what they are. Also, please do take Camellia with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She's of noble birth, after all. What kind of reward? 1,000 gold coins. With a check of 23. So this check is impossible to make. We got +6. So we'd have to roll. I guess it's not impossible, but we have to roll pretty high. Let's go for it. Double it. A diplomacy check failed. We rolled. We rolled a 1. Jesus. Ha. Yeah. Right. For that kind of money, I could hire Queen Galfrey herself to guard me. 1,000 is my final offer. So it's popular belief that when you roll a 1, that you get a crit fail, but I think that in Pathfinder as well as in D&D 5e, there's no actual rule for critically failing. It just means that you fail like anything else. That's usually a house rule, I believe. Alright, whatever. Neil, marvelous, most excellent. I'll proceed to my mansion at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand, but do hurry unless you want me to lower your reward. Okay. We got a chance to talk to Camellia. We will get to know the party members in another episode. One thing that I know, or at least one thing that I read, was that you can respec, and when you respec, you can change your avatar or your portraits. And I did take the time to download some more, so I do want to try to get that changed. What'll it be? But I don't know who it is that we have to talk to, and I don't know if we've like unlocked it yet.
Beautiful.
Let's just explore a little bit. Alright. Oh, we gotta level up as well. I will level up on the next episode. Let me do a quick look up um, for the respec person. Oh, look for Hilor. That's this person, right? We were right there. Greetings, I'm Hilor, Venture Captain of the Pathfinder Society. I'm the superior officer among Pathfinders in this region of Mendev. However, the Society is running almost no operations here right now. Besides me, there's almost no Pathfinders here. Actually, I'm only stuck here because of an old feud with a demon worshiper known as the Spinner of Nightmares. I've had to work alone, without the support of the Society. But I've made a lot of acquaintances among the local mercenaries and daring fighters. If you need any good fighters for an honest cause, talk to me. So, if you want a fully customized party, you can talk to this guy. But my understanding, at least in Kingmaker, is you don't get blank sheet characters. You get to choose from some that are already filled out. So I don't know what the hesitation is for letting you have your own full crew of people with blank sheets, but they really don't like the idea of just giving you a full party of blank sheets and letting you just make whatever you want, which I think is kind of lame, because who cares? Like, people are going to break the game anyway, so who cares if they break it with a bunch of blank character sheets when like from a fully customized party. Even if you don't do that, you can download mods and stuff to respec your companions from scratch anyway. So I think in the future they should, and I don't know if it goes for this, if it's the same for this game, but if it is, then I think in the future they should let people have fully customized party members. I don't see anything wrong with that. Alright, so I need a good training. I think that's will let me respec. For the first few times you get to do it free of charge, so I'm gonna pick myself, and I don't even really want to respec completely. I just want to change my my portrait. So look, if I had picked this person as my portrait, and as we saw, she's an existing character. So I downloaded some portraits. All of these handsome gentlemen are from a pack known as Hot Mail. And no, that's not, the email service or mail that is warm or hot. It's hot mails because I guess these guys are hot. But it's whatever. It doesn't matter too much. I also downloaded some of these armored characters, hoping to see if maybe there was like a glaive wielder who was just kind of just looks like a mounted combatant type character. And this was kind of the closest one that I could find, but it's not really a glaive. It's more like a partisan. The cool thing about these guys, though, is that because they are fully armored and you don't see their faces, they can be anything. If you're playing like a melee character, it could be an orc, human, ASMR, tiefling, or whatever. But the one that I want, there was a kind of cool looking orc. I mean, this guy is kind of cool looking, but that's not really the vibe that I'm going for here. I believe it was this guy. He just looks like, just a regular old orc. I like it. So yeah, I'll be going with this one from now on. So I guess we will have to do a complete respec, which we're not going to do a complete respec. We're still going to stay the same. I'm just going to have to make it again. So we're going to be Sohei. I don't have any plans on changing that anytime soon. We will be a half orc, male, we picked basic. Get +1 bonus on all saving throws due to sacred tattoos and a +2 racial bonus on lore. Maybe we went with that. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter too much. And as our background, we went with, did we not go with, yeah. I think we just went with like an acrobat street urchin. We can throw axes if we ever want to do that, which we might never do. And then we were a strength monk build with maxed out strength, some dex, some constitution. We tanked our int and our charisma. I guess we don't really need wisdom. Because we don't have stunning strike, so we can go a little bit higher on the dex and the constitution. So yeah, we could leave this at just 10. We don't need intellect like at all. And we don't really need charisma other than making charisma saves, but we got Sela in the party now that we know that, so we can just sort of keep her in the party like at all times and let her handle charisma checks, and we'll try to pump her persuasion up a little bit higher. But we could do something like 16 dex, 14 constitution. This way we're a little bit more prepared for saving throws and a little bit more armor. We could even maybe go not so high so that we can have 4 and 4. And then we just have a floating 1 point that's kind of useless. Yeah. I think that we might want to have... We're going to want to maximize on our damage here since we're not building a skill character that'll be passing a bunch of checks. So let's not worry too much about AC. It shouldn't be a problem. If we do need that extra 1, then we'll come back and spread that out more evenly. There we go. And then we did have a point in athletics. And we did have a point in persuasion, but we're not going to need it. So we might as well... We can go perception. I don't remember what feat we had. I think we had something to maybe help our horse. We do have our glaive, so we could go with weapon focus on glaives. I do know that earlier on you want to go ahead and kind of shore up your defenses, and then because we're going to get a lot of feats since this is Pathfinder, and then later on you can start bumping up your attacks. So for now, we did look at dodge, and we saw that Crane Wing had a requisite of having 1 free hand to get that full +4 to dodge AC, and then letting you, it says if a melee attack misses you by 4 or less, then you can then you lose this dodge bonus until the beginning of your next turn. The riposte was the one that lets you follow up with an attack of opportunity. So it's probably going to be worth it for us to get at least up to Crane riposte. Combat mobility, get a +4 dodge against attacks of opportunity. So yeah, we'll go with dodge. Animal companion horse. And then for monk bonus feats, we did get some stuff to help with our horse. So we'll get the indomitable mount. And then our god was Shaylin. Lawful good. And then we went with the skinny body type. Darker skin. The face didn't really matter too much. I think we had this one. A scar. We went with a burn around the eyes. For eye color, we'll just go with black. Hairstyle, there's not much to pick from in all honesty. And then we went with the knotted beard. With our hair color just gonna be like a more graying black. I think that's who we were.
Their life ends here.
And we had Optimus.
Damn, son.
Still gonna keep up with Fujin.
I can find better.
All right, so we'll go ahead and I guess we'll go ahead and lump in the leveling up here at the end of this episode. We're gonna keep going into Sohei. Keep up with our athletics and our perception. We'll go ahead, and this is our monk bonus feats. We'll go ahead and take. I'm gonna go ahead and still keep our horse. Try to keep it alive once per round. When your mount is hit in combat, attempt a mobility check to negate it. So it says you attempt a mobility check, so we might have to actually put points into mobility. Because I don't think that's dependent on our horse. So we might have to leave the perception up to someone else. Maybe Lan will be our perception character. We're going to be a level 3 monk. So if we're going to need mobility to keep our horse alive, then let's go ahead and put some points there. And we get another feat, which we can get combat mobility. This basically makes it so that we can move around the battlefield without having to worry too much about attacks of opportunity. But I'm more interested in going ahead and bumping up our defensive path here, getting up to Crane riposte as soon as possible, so that we can start taking some damage, dealing feats. And we're done. Oh, can't forget Zephyr. When that also gets, just want to make sure our horse isn't getting hit too much. Not much to say here. It's a horse. So we got dodge. But it looks like the next part we aren't able to get. I forgot what the name of it is. Otherwise, I would just look it up. It's called like not crane wing, is it? Crane style. So in order to get crane style, the horse would need improved unarmed strikes, an intelligence of 3, and 1 level 1 monk. So I guess to just talk on this really quick. So like almost every like really like min-maxed build that you will find out there puts 1 point into monk, pretty much because of this, so that they can all get access to these feats that help you get more AC. We don't have that, so we will pick something to bump up its defensive somewhere else. So combat training. Treat your total hit dice as your base attack bonus when calculating combat maneuver defense. I don't know if we need that. Endurance +2 bonus on athletics checks, +4 bonus on fortitude saves against fatigue and exhaustion. Iron Will, +2 on will saves. Toughness. Gain 3 hit points for every hit die you possess beyond 3. You gain an additional 1 hit point. If you have more than 3 hit dice, you gain +1 hit point whenever you gain a hit dice, such as when you gain a level. So this will just give him a bigger health pool. We might actually want combat mobility if we are running around, so that the horse doesn't get hit too much. AC is king. AC is always going to be better than hit points, as long as you can keep bumping up your AC. Like you bump your AC up as high as you can go, and then you work on your hit points, and then that'll pretty much make you unkillable. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you guys are enjoying the game as much as I am. Go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell if you want to be notified when the next episode drops. I'll see you guys on the next episode.